Hi guys, welcome to my channel One Insights. Today basically I'm going to do a review of Swift 2022 model. This is a third generation model and I'm going to meet the owner and then figure out how their experience has been with this particular vehicle. I think they purchased this sometime in March 2022 and so I'll go and meet the owner and then see how the experience has been. And she happens to be my sister as well, so let me go and check it out. Okay, so here I've come to this parking lot where this Swift is. It's a nice, beautiful color. This is the third generation Swift as such. Even I had Swift long back. That was the first generation, so it's undergone huge change over a period of time. If you all remember, the Swift was launched almost in 2005. And from there onwards, still it's a road king and it's been maintaining its leadership position. Let me meet my sister, Kanchana. Hi Kanchana,
Hello.
how are you?
Hello.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
So you're the happy owner of this Swift?
Yeah. I'm very happy to own this vehicle.
Okay, so you purchased in 2022?
Yeah, March 2020.
March 2022. So from then onwards you've been driving this?
Yes.
Okay. And your experience driving this?
Driving Swift is
Basically in terms of driving within the city, outskirts.
quite comfortable.
So visibility is good for you?
Yeah, of course.
Ah,
I
no
don't
issues.
have any hassles in driving across the cities, and especially during the
What was
traffic
your-
time also.
Okay. What was your previous car?
Previous was Nano.
Okay. So what is the
That
difference you
also-
find between Nano and this one?
Yeah, of course, this is wonderful.
Right. Okay. So it's very
Swift.
comfortable to drive.
Yes.
They're peppy, in the city.
Yeah.
Have you done a long drive?
Yeah, I have done a long drive to Mysore.
Okay, Mysore. Okay. What about hill stations?
Hill stations. I have recently been to Tirupati,
Tirupati also.
where
So
we have
it's all
taken a
comfortable.
drive. It's very comfortable.
So it's good.
So
Okay.
it's-
So it's got a good boot space so that you can actually carry luggage.
Yeah,
Huh?
right.
Okay. And is it an automatic or manual?
It's a manual.
It's a manual version.
It's a manual version.
What is the version? It's a
Yeah,
VXI.
VXI.
It's a VXI, right?
Right.
From March onwards you're driving. Who else drives this vehicle?
Along with me, my elder daughter is also driving
Right.
this vehicle, and
Your
I
name?
was also
I'm
very
Kirtana.
happy.
Kirtana.
Yeah.
So Kirtana, so how's this vehicle for you?
See, I'm learning to drive, so this is a very good car choice to drive and all that. It's very smooth and you can actually catch up. Even I used to drive Nano long back when we had that car, but from there it is very smooth kind of drive.
So it's a lot of transition has happened.
Lot of transitions, and it is a very good car for a beginner also.
Beginner also.
Yes.
Okay. So city-wise, when you're saying manual, you don't have an issue changing gears and other things. It's pretty
No,
smooth.
it's very smooth as
Okay,
such.
so this basically the engine is also refined, so you don't feel any issues in terms of driving as such.
Nothing.
Okay.
In case you need anything, yeah, there is a immediate contact also.
Okay.
The contact people, they come and get things done very quickly.
Okay. How many kms it's done? Kilometers?
It's around 12,000.
12,000
12,000.
kilometers you've done. Okay. And how many services have happened?
3 services done.
3 services. And where did you buy this vehicle?
Kalyani Motors in Nagdevanalli.
Not then only. And how was the experience buying? Dealership
In
experience?
buying, we didn't have any hassles as such. All the executives were very friendly,
Okay.
and we had all the smooth moving with all this. What are the processing of all the cars and all?
Okay.
So we didn't have any problems.
There's
as
no
such.
issue as such.
So
Okay.
there
So
is
what I'm hearing is basically this dealership in Nagdevanalli has been pretty good.
Very
Kalyani
good.
Motors.
Right,
yes.
because just now I finished the Celery also. There was a very good experience. Okay, what about the service experience?
Service
They ask
experience,
for
yes.
the services, like in case you have some preferences, and apart from that, if you're facing any issues, they call and ask people.
Okay.
So apart from that, like in
So
case,
give an example. Give an example.
they call us, they ring us and say that yeah, your car is under service.
Okay.
So please get it.
Okay. So they basically remind you when the service is due.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
Anyway, we'll get all the SMS
And,
and all, and there are people
what is
who are
the-
collaborating with us, coordinating with us, and telling us that there is a service time for you. And if at all you are ready to come and leave it in the showroom, also it's fine. Or else we'll send our personals
Yeah.
to
Pick
That
up.
is a big
to pick up
advantage.
at the point
So that's very
wherever we are
convenient.
staying close by.
So that's a ownership
So any
experience.
Kalyani Motors is fine. I think it's fine.
Okay. Second thing is mileage we talked about. So you're saying mileage of how much you get
I'm
mileage?
getting around 22.
22 in the
20
city
and 22.
The city?
20.
or outskirts?
20.
In
20 in the city.
In the city.
22, it will be outskirts.
Outskirts. Okay. So that's very good mileage actually. With AC or without AC?
Without AC.
Without AC. Okay. So
Without
have you tried with AC?
With AC, it's around 18.
18. Okay. So that's a normal thing. So 2 service you've done?
3 services.
3 services you've completed. 3 services you've completed.
Yeah.
So about 18 you get with the AC, and without AC about 20, and long drive obviously 20, 22 also you'll get. Hill stations also about same, almost same thing you get. Okay. This is a manual version, so obviously it's fine, not an issue. Okay. And visibility wise you're okay, comfortable?
Visibility is not a problem at all because I've been driving during the torrential rain also.
Okay.
I didn't have any problem as such. Even in the traffic also I can drive. No hassles,
drive,
no
no
problems,
issues. Okay.
nothing like that.
Right, good.
So I think it's very light and swift. And even as a lady I'm driving, I've almost
Yeah,
covered
very
around
advantageous for women.
within 1.5 years.
Very advantageous for women.
Within 1.5 years, I've covered around some 12,000 kilometers.
Which is very good.
Which is really very good.
Which means actually
I
you're
feel
using it
that
every
even
day.
my daughter is also very comfortable on that. For
So
ladies,
now what we'll
this
do
should
is
be the
we'll
best.
just go inside
Yeah.
and then see what are the changes. Maybe you need to take the car out a little bit
Right.
in the light. And then, as I said, guys, I had a Swift first generation long back. So now what I'm going to do is basically go inside and then check out what differences happened in this Swift, third generation Swift, over a period of time. And then we'll bring out the differences, whatever it is, and then maybe we can do a short drive as well. Okay. Okay. Thanks. So let's take the car out a little bit. Okay, so if you look at this, all the door knobs have the controls for the front and the back window, power window, and all those things. Okay, so this is the left and right mirror control, right? So you have some chrome plating here for the door opening. Then you have bottle holders, which is all good. Seat adjustment is there, height adjustment. Okay, so height adjustment is there, which is also very good. I think the seat covers you put later.
Yeah.
Okay, they put the seat covers later. So if you look at the controls. Okay, so it comes with the console is like this. This is a VXI model, right?
Yeah.
It's a VXI model, and then the steering mounted control. Then of course you have the Bluetooth connectivity. And how many kilometers you said you're done? 11,416 kilometers. Okay, that's the thing. And then of course you have the 16.4 kilometers average it's showing as of now, but yeah, it's about 16 to 18 kilometers you can manage definitely with this 1.2 liters engine. It is 4-cylinder, and it churns out
88.5 bhp of power
and 113 Nm of torque. So for that and 5 people traveling, I think this car, no wonder it's been the road king from almost 2005 onwards when it was first introduced. So between the first generation, then we had a second generation, and now a third generation, there's a huge change both inside and outside as well. As you can see, this is a manual IRVM, right, with a day-night adjustment. Of course, we have the vanity mirror for the co-passenger. Then for the driver, no. I don't know why they don't give for the driver. The ladies also drive here now as a driver. So Maruti, I think please take this feedback. Okay. Yeah, the plastic is little hard, typical of Maruti. The nice air vents, which are all nice and chunky round, right? Then there is this glove box. Is this cooled? No, it's not cooled. Normal box. Yeah, and then there are charge ports, 12 volts here, and then there's a USB and aux support. So you have that as well. There are nice holders, which is all good. You have a lot of space to keep all your knickknacks, whatever, small coins, etc. Radio, of course, we already saw that. How many speakers? Music system is good, and it's a mid variant, and you can see it's manual. It's a manual version, right? So that tilt option is there. Okay, let's go back to the back side. I have adjusted my seat according to my position, which is 6 feet, and I think I have decent space at the back. Yeah, so this is good. So you have the grab handles for everyone. I think that's fine. And then of course you have control knobs for all the passengers as well, door passengers as well. So there's no pockets here. I think, yeah, there is one pocket here. So there's one pocket here, pocket here. So that's okay. So again, there are bottle holders here.
The route is about 268 liters. This particular version we don't have a split seat, but the ZXi version has a split seat. which you can increase it further up to 500 plus liters of boot space.
And
ground clearance about 163 mm.
yeah, sufficient. But when you have 5 people, maybe you need to be a little more careful in terms of going over the unscientific humps. The tire, as we said, it's a R14, and then if it's a ZX, I think you get a R15. The color is superb. And if you look at the bonnet, can you open the bonnet? Yeah, so this engine is a 4-cylinder, 1.2 liter engine,
Turns out 88.5 bhp power.
and 113 Nm torque. And yeah, there's a lot of space here as such. And it's a very, very smooth, typical Maruti engine, very refined, and mileage wise also there's no issue at all. The only complaint is that Maruti needs to look at also G and cap ratings and improve on that. Front look of the vehicle, it's very beautiful. It looks really, they've really made a lot of changes compared to the previous generation Maruti, and it looks very stylish, suitable for very young people as well as for the other generations, because everyone will love this particular shape. A lot of changes, front, back, sides, profile compared to the previous generation of Swift. It's got parking sensors here. It's here, parking sensors 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you get 4 parking sensor, which is very good. And so in case if you have reverse camera, you can have the reverse camera as optional. Of course, back door handle is here. This actually this all started off from that Beat, Chevy Beat, where that model, this particular handle was introduced, and so this is famous. But then again, lot more people like this, lot more people are more traditional, they like the handle here. So that's our difference. Shock fin antenna is not the normal antenna, which is also fine. It's not too lengthy to hit the basements when you're entering. Here we have the same function of auto engine off, and then of course headlight focus adjustment as such. So that's what you see here. So now coming to the servicing, of course you said that it's done about 11,000 change, and then 3 services has been done. Okay. Now on an average, how much you would have spent?
I have spent around some 3,500.
3,500. So on average,
Services which was due as a free service.
it's a free service.
It's a free service, and now that it is a payable one, which I'm expecting around some five keys.
5,000.
Not more than
5,000
that.
rupees.
Yeah,
so it's still manageable.
It's very
and,
comfortable and affordable one also.
As such, okay.
Right.
Okay, so about 5,000 is what you're expecting. And when is the service here?
Yeah, it's once in a year only.
Compared to what you were driving earlier, now the Swift is definitely a game changer, because you find that it is very comfortable. You're able to drive through city as well as skirts as a lady, and no issues at all. And though it's a manual version, you don't find any difference, because again it's pretty smooth and the engine is pretty refined, right? And then same with Kirtana, who's also enjoying a car driving, right? And you don't have an issue at all. Okay. And okay, so that is one thing. Second, is there something which you don't like, which Maruti should have given to you in this car?
I think it comes to the charging point where this
C-port is
not there.
C charging
So
port, okay. So there is a 12-volt charger there. Plus you need to have a C and A type charger in the car, which will definitely help, because it's not only the youth, everyone requires it nowadays,
Everyone requires,
right?
yes.
So that's something which you require. And what else?
The other than that, and
event we can have.
Rear AC vent.
Yes.
Okay, right now it's not there.
No, it's not
Okay.
there in this model.
In this model. So I don't know why we have this basic things being left out. So maybe what the message is coming across here is these basic things should be there right from all the base models. And this is a mid model as such, mid variant, and even there the Maruti is not given that. I think they should give it, so that this, especially probably in the summertime, you're finding this difficult.
yes, of course.
Okay, summertime the back passengers find it difficult, because this throw of this AC is not sufficient to reach the back. That's what you're saying. Okay, that's one thing. So if it's in Bangalore, if it's like this, imagine if it's in Rajasthan. I think this is something which the car manufacturers have to look at, because there's no point introducing 50 different versions of cars and variants, saying front door only, power windows, only left power window, right power window, one wheel, two wheel and all. Instead of that, the base version should have all the necessary equipments required. Power window should be there for all of them, right? This is something which we need to look at. Otherwise, nowadays even there's a new car which has come, which has got some 45 variants of versions. It confuses people as such, right? There's no point in having that. okay, price can be a little high, but even if the base variant is pricey by a little bit, but it has all the features, it reduces that much of confusion. This is a message which has to go to all the car manufacturers, I think. Okay, so that is a number 2 requirement. What else?
Maybe the sunroof, we can have a
Sunroof. Okay, so sunroof is something which is nice to have nowadays. Everyone, some people like it, some people don't like it. But yeah, I don't think in Swift any of the models have sunroof right now. Maybe the new models will come back because everyone is looking for sunroof nowadays. Okay, so that's one thing. Mileage wise, you don't have an issue, and then drivability, you don't have an issue as such, right? So let's take a drive and check it out how it is, right? And is there any aftermarket fitments you have done, like for example, rain visor you have
That is
done?
the only thing which I've added recently.
Okay. Anything else you want to say, Kirtana? Last.
maybe it is for a newly starting person. It is a very good way to start, and for ladies, definitely it is a good preference. It's rough. If you are having some paranoia about driving very huge cars, it is good to start with for this.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. So the summary, what I'll do is I'll just do a drive and then we'll do a summary of this. You see, this Swift is actually a driver's car because it's so responsive. Engine is so responsive, peppy. So it's actually a driver's car. Right from first generation, this car has been a driver's car. Always peppy to drive, fun to drive, and yeah, you see, it's pretty light as such.
On road, and it's very smooth.
Smooth as such. You will not hear any sound inside the cabin because you don't find any vibration as such. So it's a great car to drive in the city and outskirts. No wonder it is the top selling after WagonR in Maruti stables, and one of the top cars in India, and even now it is one of the highest selling cars in India.
To lose some, get into a loose mud.
Yeah.
It has a capacity to revive.
Yeah. So you have all the traction control.
Correct.
Yeah, so the drive is absolutely smooth. You can't hear any sound from outside. Yeah, if I rev it up a little bit, let's see if we can hear the grunt of the engine. Yes, it's there, but it is pretty good. No wonder this car is so popular with the masses. Okay, so let's take a turn back. If you look at the turning radius, again it's pretty good. You say just a turn without any reversing as such. So the turning radius is damn good, short turning radius. The steering wheel is pretty responsive. The pickup is damn good. So that's why I said this is a driver's car. You really have fun driving this car.
Maybe it is the body that is very attractive.
Yeah, not only that, it's the heart of this car has always been the plus point. It's tuned so beautifully that what happens. Everyone likes it.
Honestly, for our generation, it's a look and
feel. Yeah, so there's changed quite a bit. That's why I said first generation to now, there's a huge change in the exterior as well as interior. So that's a massive change. Okay. You see, I'm in still second gear, but still, it comfortably goes up. You don't have to downshift as such. The gear ratios are good. Yeah, it's damn good it is. Thank you so much for holding this one while driving. So in summary, basically the Swift 2022 model, the new generation, the third generation model is undergone massive change compared to the first one and the second one. First of all, from the exterior point of view, it looks totally different, totally new, totally European look. Interior also, there's a lot of change in terms of what has been done by Maruti. The refinement of the plastics and all the controls and knobs, etc. So those have changed definitely for better. And then of course there are a lot of new functions which have been added. For example, the auto off and on function, which ignition off and on function, which is a very handy one. And there were certain things which we heard from the owner in terms of nice things to have from for the base version itself. That is especially the rear AC vent, for example. It's a necessity. I don't know why it is considered a luxury. It's a necessity. As a car, when you nowadays you pay about 8 lakhs on road. It's a basic thing which to give. So rear AC vent is probably something which probably Maruti can think of as a necessity and give it for all models, starting from base. So mileage wise, we heard from the owner that everything is perfect in terms of mileage, both city as well as outskirts and hilly regions as well, right? Drivability is perfect. There's no issue. There's no complaint. Dealership wise also, I think they've been very happy. This is that Kalyani Motors, right? Kalyani Motors. So Kalyani Motors, thanks, congratulations to you. And the service experience also has been good. But there were some reviews of other places, especially places like in Rajasthan and other some cities where people have complained about Maruti. So I think probably they can take note of it and ensure that all over India Maruti still retains the top spot in terms of both sales and service. So is there any reason why you considered Maruti over other brands?
Maruti is really wonderful because I have seen along with my colleagues also who have been using this car. And their service is very good.
So what are the vehicle brands you checked?
I checked with Tata, which I was driving before. Next is Nexa.
Okay.
And after that, this is the third vehicle. But I felt as a lady, I could not.
Okay, so you feel it size-wise. Okay, so size-wise, it was much more bulkier and macho type.
I thought that it is not suitable for me,
Okay,
so I opted for this one.
okay. And price-wise, there was any difference?
Price-wise, yeah, that was huge one, which I cannot afford it.
Okay, so affordability and it's not very macho type.
Correct.
But it's nice to drive and anyone can drive type.
Anybody can drive.
Right.
Especially for the starters.
Starters.
It's really good.
Okay,
Worth it.
Okay, thank you so much. Anything else you want to, Kirtana?
I think all the best, ladies.
All the best. Okay, so it's all the best, ladies. Okay. Thank you so much. So as you see here, the ladies are very, very happy with this car, and I'm sure more ladies will watch for this like this. It's not only ladies, even the gents are also happy with this car. So it's not that, it's just the ladies are happy, gents are also happy. Let me say that because even I was also very happy with my Swift long back, though it was ages back, but even then that feeling is still there with a lot more people. So thank you so much for giving this interview and sharing your experiences honestly, right, both of you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank
For
you.
taking time to interview our car.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that's the summary and end of this particular video. I'll end it here. Hope you like this video and you have a better idea in terms of this particular vehicle.